After finding a suspicious text, she uncovered a web of lies that would change lives forever. When her gut feeling led to hiring a PI, she never expected what the evidence would reveal. The confrontation at his parents' dinner wasn't the end of her revenge. It was just the beginning. Her emergency fund bought the truth, but the revenge she planned was absolutely priceless. Finding out he called her clueless in emails to his lover sparked a revenge plan that went nuclear. From suspicious texts to a surprise proposal, her journey from betrayal to bliss was unexpected. Before I continue with this shocking story, I want to welcome you to X by X Confidential, where we share real stories of betrayal, healing, and sometimes sweet revenge. I want to thank each and every one of you who've been watching our videos and sharing your own stories in the comments. Your support means everything to us. If you're enjoying this content, please smash that like button right now, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you'll get notified when we release our next video. Now, let's get back to today's unbelievable story of deception and the revenge that followed. I, 29, feel so mad right now I can barely type. Me and my boyfriend, 31, have been together for 3 years and 4 months. We lived together in our apartment downtown that we got last year. Everything was perfect until 2 months ago when he started acting weird. He started working late every Tuesday and Thursday. He never did that before. And he started taking his phone to the bathroom and locking the door. Who does that? He never cared before. Last week, I was using his tablet to watch movies. Mine was dead when a text popped up from someone named Work Project. The message said, "Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Don't forget to delete these messages." I felt sick to my stomach. When I asked him about it, he got super mad and said I was crazy and paranoid and that this person was just his team leader for a big project. He said I shouldn't snoop on his messages and that I needed to trust him more. But my gut feeling told me something was super wrong. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I kept thinking about that stupid message over and over. I decided to be smart about this. I wasn't going to just cry and beg him to tell me the truth. No way. I was going to get proof. First, I checked our phone bill online. I found out he was texting one number over 50 times every day for the past 3 months. When I looked closer at the timing, most texts happened during work hours when he claimed he was super busy with projects. Next, I installed a GPS tracker app on his car while he was sleeping. I told him I bought him a new phone charger for his car and hid the tracker underneath the passenger seat. For 2 weeks, I watched where he went. He never went to the office when he said he was working late. Instead, he went to an apartment complex across town every single time. But I wanted even more proof, so I spent $1,200, my entire emergency fund, to hire a private investigator. For a whole week, the investigator took photos of him meeting this woman at coffee shops, restaurants, and a hotel, got video of them kissing in his car, found out her real name, and that she wasn't even on his work team. Discovered they met through an online dating app 4 months ago. He was actively dating while with me. Found out he bought her jewelry using our shared credit card, learned they were planning a weekend trip using airline, miles from our joint account. The investigator gave me a thick folder with over 70 photos, 12 video clips, printed text messages, location data, receipts, and a detailed timeline of their affair going back 4 months. While he was in the shower one day, I went through his email. I knew his password because he used my birthday plus our dog's name. I found hundreds of messages between them. He told her he loved her after only knowing her for 1 month. He called me his ball and chain and said I was clueless. I printed everything and saved copies to my cloud storage. The final piece of evidence came when I pretended to go visit my sister for the weekend. Instead, I rented a car and parked across from our apartment. He brought her to our home and they used our bed. I took videos through our bedroom window from the fire escape. I was shaking with anger the whole time. I wanted to scream and throw all his stuff in the garbage, but I waited. Revenge needs to be perfect. I waited until the big dinner with his parents who were visiting from out of town. We all met at his favorite restaurant. His mom even hugged me when we arrived, and his dad asked when we were finally getting married. When everyone was eating the main course, I stood up and said, "I have something important to show everyone." He looked confused. His mom smiled like she thought we were announcing an engagement or something stupid like that. I took out the folder and said, "He has been cheating on me with someone from work for 4 months." His face turned white like paper. His dad stopped eating mid-bite. I put the pictures of them kissing on the table. Then I dropped the hotel receipts and jewelry store bill right in front of his mom. "He's been using our emergency credit card to buy her gifts," I said, my voice shaking. Then I played the actual recording of him saying he was going to dump me after the holidays. He tried to say I was making things up, but his own dad told him to shut his mouth when he saw all the evidence. I told his parents I thought they should know what kind of person they raised. Then I walked out. His mom was crying when I left. He called me 37 times that night, but I didn't answer. When he came home, I had already packed his stuff in garbage bags and left them in the hallway. I changed the locks too. My brother knows how to do that. After kicking him out, I was still so mad. He tried to get his friends to talk to me. He sent flowers to my workplace, and he even got his mom to call me. She actually apologized to me for raising such a terrible son. But I wasn't done with my revenge, not even close. Here's what I did. I made 20 copies of the evidence folder with everything organized by date. I found out the woman was married with 2 kids. I tracked down her husband through social media and sent him the entire evidence file. I included a personal note saying I had no idea she was married until my investigation. He called me crying and thanking me for telling him. I called his company's big boss directly. I had met this person at the holiday party. I forwarded all the inappropriate emails they sent during work hours using company computers. I showed how they faked being sick on the same days to meet up. I shared calendar screenshots showing they scheduled meetings that never existed. The boss was furious about the dishonesty and time theft. I found his dating app profile. He was still active on it and messaged every woman he was talking to. I sent them each a personalized warning with proof of what a cheater he was. Several wrote back, thanking me for saving them from dating him. I printed screenshots of his cheating texts and made a collage. I framed it and mailed it to his grandparents' house, where his entire family was gathering for their yearly reunion. I included a nice note saying I was sorry I couldn't attend this year, but wanted to explain why. The most satisfying part, I contacted our landlord and showed proof that I paid 70% of our rent because I made more money. I asked for my name to stay on the lease while removing his. Then I paid the next 3 months' rent in advance. The landlord agreed to let me stay and evict him. He legally can't enter our apartment anymore, but all his favorite stuff is still inside. I donated his expensive gaming system that I had actually paid for as his birthday gift to the children's hospital. I kept the donation receipt to show him they won't give it back. I texted his boss's wife, who I met at company parties, and told her to check her husband's phone, because my boyfriend told me her husband was cheating too. I had no proof of this, but my boyfriend always said his boss was just as bad as him. Their family drama would definitely affect his work life after that. I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I know some people might think I went too far, but he lied to my face for months. He made me feel crazy and paranoid when I was right all along. Update 7 days later. You guys, so much has happened in just 1 week. He got fired from his job. The company has a strict policy against workplace relationships that aren't disclosed. Plus, they were using company time and resources for their affair. The woman got fired too. The woman's husband filed for divorce already. He texted me to say thank you again and that he's feeling better knowing it wasn't his fault. His parents called me again. His mom cried and said she raised him better than this. His dad said he's deeply ashamed of his son. He's been blowing up my phone saying I ruined his life. He said I didn't have to go nuclear on him and that I should have just broken up with him like a normal person. Can you believe that? He's still trying to make me look like the bad guy. I changed my number yesterday. I feel powerful. Update 2 weeks later. After I told the woman's husband about everything, he invited me out for coffee to thank me. He's actually really nice. We talked for 3 hours about how it feels to be cheated on. He totally understands what I'm going through. We've been texting a lot, just as friends. But he makes me laugh and it feels good to talk to someone who gets it. My ex somehow found out we've been talking and he went crazy. He showed up at my workplace yesterday screaming that I'm sleeping with the enemy and that I planned this whole thing to get with the husband. Security had to escort him out. My boss was super understanding, but I was so embarrassed. I filed for a restraining order today. The police said with the scene he caused at my work, it should be approved quick. Update 3 months later. Life is so much better now. I moved to a new apartment in a better part of town. My ex can't find me here. The restraining order was approved. He violated it once by sending me a long email, and he had to pay a big fine. The woman and her husband got divorced. My ex lost his new job when they found out why he got fired from his last one. I heard from mutual friends that he had to move back in with his parents. His mom still texts me sometimes to see how I'm doing. I finally feel happy again. Sometimes bad things happen so better things can come along. Final update. I ran into my ex at the grocery store last week. He looked terrible. He's gained like 30 pounds and his clothes were all wrinkly. He tried to talk to me, saying he's changed and learned his lesson, but I just walked away. The woman moved to another state after she couldn't find a job in our city. My ex's parents came to our engagement party. They said I'll always be like a daughter to them. Sometimes I almost want to thank my ex for cheating because it led me to my fiancé and the life I was meant to have all along. To anyone going through something similar, stay strong. Don't let cheaters get away with it. And don't be afraid to start over. The best chapter of your life might be waiting just around the corner. Thank you so much for watching this incredible journey from heartbreak to happiness. Sometimes the most painful betrayals can lead us to exactly where we're supposed to be. Have you ever had a gut feeling about a partner that turned out to be right? Or have you ever found evidence of cheating in an unexpected way? Share your experiences in the comments below. Your story might help someone else who's going through something similar right now. Don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to X by X Confidential for more real stories of love, betrayal, and eventual healing. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our newest uploads. Until next time, remember that sometimes the end of one relationship is just the beginning of something much better.